Man, it is cold today. It's like -8. Damn. All right, it's time to see what all the fuss is about. Larceny Barrel-Proof C922 has been making all kinds of noise lately, being touted as breaking bourbon's #1 whiskey of the year and making number 17 in Fred Minnick's top 100 of the year. After 3 years and 9 batch releases later, did Larceny Barrel-Proof finally reach the expectations we all wanted it to? Let's find out. It's the Mash and Drum. What's up, folks? I'm Jason C from the Mash and Drum, and welcome back to the show. Like, subscribe, do all the things you need to do to help grow the channel. Really appreciate everyone's help in helping grow the channel this year for sure. But before we dive into Larceny Barrel-Proof C922, let's make a new rye whiskey cocktail. Give you guys a perfect last-minute gift idea right now with Shaker and Spoon. Need a last-minute gift for the holidays? Look no further than Shaker and Spoon, the must-have cocktail subscription that can teach anyone how to make high-end, bar-quality cocktails from recipes designed by award-winning mixologists. Every single box gets built around one singular spirit. It could be bourbon, rum, rye whiskey, and more. Each box includes all the ingredients other than the alcohol for about 12 cocktails, give or take. So you don't have to run to a bunch of different stores looking for the right ingredients for a cocktail that you might have read about. Now, whether it's you or someone you gift this to, Shaker and Spoon gives you these recipe cards in each and every box that guide you through crafting each cocktail step by step. Let's make a high-end cocktail using rye whiskey, perfect for this time of year. Let's try a new spin on a cocktail icon with the Homestead Old Fashioned. All right, so I already have 2 ounces of my rye whiskey in the glass. All I have to do next is add some winter spice syrup. That sounds delicious. All right, so ½ ounce of winter spice syrup. Oh, that smells amazing. 3 dashes of black pepper bitters. 3 dashes of orange bitters, and then mix. Add your ice to the glass. Stir again. Now I gotta pour this over this big ice cube. Now I just gotta add a black cherry, and screw it, I'm using both cherries. I love cherries in my old fashioned. Then a quick spray of orange oil to finish it up. All right, let's try this thing. That is Christmas in the glass. Cinnamon clove, the orange is there, a little bit of the cherry. The black pepper gives it a nice spice. The rye whiskey comes through. That's delicious. All right, so how do you get these delicious cocktails from Shaker and Spoon, crafted by award-winning mixologists? To get it, click the link below in the description and use the code MASHANDDRUM at checkout for $20 off your first box. That's right, $20 off your first box. Makes a great gift for you or for someone you love. Thanks to Shaker and Spoon for sponsoring the Mash and Drum. This is good. All right, so coming in at 126.6 proof, Larceny Barrel-Proof C922 is the highest proof release for the brand to date. It's an NAS bourbon set to be 6 to 8 years in age, mash bill of 68% corn, 20% wheat, and 12% malted barley, and an affordable MSRP of about 60 bucks. So if you guys watched my channel before, you know I've always been a huge critic of Larceny Barrel-Proof. It always comes off as, not all of them, but most of them come off as pretty astringent, little tannic, a little bitter, pretty youthful for a wheater. The high proof on these can make it hard for those subtle flavors to reach their potential, but let's see what all the fuss is about on this batch. So, been excited to try this one. Here we go. Wow, on the nose in this one, it's definitely a little bit different than past batches I've had. It's very nutmeg forward. Getting a lot of nutmeg. I mean, it seems a little darker, richer, very caramel forward, but like dark caramel, not the light caramel you're kind of accustomed to. That Heaven Hill, like honey roasted peanut is there. Man, it smells nice on the nose. I'm not really getting a lot of that youthful stuff that you normally get with Larceny Barrel-Proof, which is a very good thing. That's promising. So I tried this for the first time on Wednesday night on my live stream, but I was drinking so much different stuff. You know, I felt like now that it's been open a little bit, let's give it a fair shake, see how it tastes. Man, it is dark. It's really, really nice. It just smells like molasses, oak, caramel, but some of the things you don't expect. Like I didn't really expect it to be this dark and oaky, and you know, usually these Larceny Barrel-Proofs are a lot brighter, a little bit more youthful, and maybe that's the major difference here. Let's try it, guys. Cheers. Okay, I don't remember it being that good Wednesday night. Wow. That comes off a lot older than 6 to 8. Now, man, that's crazy. I'm gonna need a moment here with this one. There's no way that's Larceny barrel proof. There's no way. I don't know what's in this bottle, but that is not Larceny barrel proof. Cinnamon, nutmeg, very, very rich brown sugars here. I just got like a little punch of like a raspberry, blackberry, some kind of dark berry note on the mid palate. What? Man, nice little spice on the back end of that one. Oh my God. So on the palate, I'm starting to get a little bit of like that wheater characteristic. There's like that wheat grain that you get, which doesn't surprise me, but it's not like bitter or youthful like I've gotten in past batches. This comes across very evenly integrated. It's full, it's robust, it's flavorful. Everything hits you right in the sides of the tongue. It stays here. It's not just hot and go down here. All right, I see what the fuss is about. This is a $120 to $150 bottle in a $60 bottle. I hate to say it because, you know, people are going to start going crazy for this. Between Fred Minnick's ranking, Breaking Bourbon's ranking, now maybe my ranking, because this is pretty damn delicious. All right, let's break down from the front to the back here. First thing is the viscosity. This is thick, rich. This is really, you know, cooked down brown sugar, molasses, all those good flavors. There's that like wheat breadiness to it, which makes it come off a little bit like French toast with like, you know, like sugar-coated French toast and the rich caramel. And then right when it hits the back of the palate, there's this tiny punch of like dark fruit there. I can't really place it if it's like a raspberry dark or a dark, just a dark berry of some sort. It just kind of punches through on the very end, right on the finish, but all the flavor just stays right here. That thing comes off like it could be like a 12 to 15-year-old bourbon. Or even a 12 to 15-year-old wheater. I'm impressed. Color me impressed. That is... It's funny because too, when I was talking about my Wednesday live stream, I had this and I don't remember it being this good because I was drinking some other stuff. For $60, again, now, I mean, if it stayed like this each and every time, this is falling into those Elijah Craig barrel proof conversations where you talk about that being such a great value for it. So yeah, let's final breakdown this. All right, final breakdown on the Larceny barrel proof. Here it comes. Price, 60 bucks, MSRP. Secondary value, this might start going up because of all the fanfare it's getting. I don't know, but usually I don't think I've really seen these over 120, maybe double the price. Availability on this, I'm gonna say the same thing I say for Elijah Craig barrel proof, which is wonky. It's wonky availability because depending on what state you're in, some of these batches show up, you know, 3 months later than they're supposed to, or a year later, or they're still sitting on shelves, or sometimes they show up. Like this is the, you know, C922 Larceny barrel proof, which means September of 2022. So if you're lucky enough to get it in that month, then they're usually gone pretty fast. Value for this one. Value for this one is finally high, very high value, specifically for C922 Larceny barrel proof, because I think the flavors that it has for the money you're spending is pretty. Now listen, I've had better bourbons in this year, but maybe that's why I'm just kind of freaking out about this a little bit, because I haven't had a Larceny barrel proof this good. And if it can consistently be this good, this has a chance to be in a top list every single year. It's really damn good. So I'm gonna say the value for this is high. Most I'd pay for this one, I mean, I'd like to stick to that 60 bucks, but if I had to pay maybe 100-ish to get it, I would. I actually think it's that fantastic. And is it a recommend? I mean, absolutely. I mean, you guys saw my reaction. When it comes to Larceny barrel proofs, there's only been, I think, 2 that I've ever recommended. I actually think the last one, the B522, I liked, but this is still way better. So this is a very high recommend. If you run into the Larceny barrel proof C922, do not hesitate to buy it, especially if you like wheaters, especially if you like the Heaven Hill flavor profile, all the nuttiness, the dark brown sugars, a little bit of that wheat toast, like French toast, wheat bread vibe comes through. It's fantastic. All right, guys, well, hope you enjoyed this surprising review for the Larceny Barrel-Proof C922. Absolute hitter of a release. Finally, Heaven Hill has done good. If you enjoyed the review, hit the subscribe button below. Please hit the like button. If you haven't yet, find me on Instagram, find me on Twitter. Let me know if you've had this one, what you think of it. Were you surprised as I was? And as I always say, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. This is gonna be my last review before we hit Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all of you. Happy holidays. I appreciate all the love and support in 2022. And I think I will see you before the end of the year with another video. So if I don't see you next year, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. See you next time right here on the Mass and Drum. Take care.